The Gaiety School of Acting, the National Theatre School of Ireland presents The Finnegans Wake Audio Dream. Excerpts from James Joyce's Finnegans Wake, set to Soundscapes by Roger Gregg, and featuring the voices of the GSA's Class of 2021.
River run past Eve and Adams, from swerve of shore to bend of bay, brings us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to Hoath Castle and Environs.
Warning! 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 Some listeners may find the following programme disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
What follows are excerpts from James Joyce's Finnegans Wake.
A book, Joyce claimed, that is designed for the ideal reader suffering from the ideal insomnia.
In the hopes of preventing you from freaking out, we shall attempt to summarise the basics.
In a nutshell, the following are moments of a dream.
But what is the story?
There is a publican in Chapelizod named Porter. He has a wife and 2 twin boys and a pretty daughter. The entire book is a recounting of Porter's dream, wherein he becomes, among other things, Humphrey Chipton Earwicker, with the initials HCE, the embodiment of the collective Everyman.
Important fact, HCE is every man everywhere.
Yes, and every man is laden with guilt.
Oh, how so?
Rumours abound that Humphrey has done something indecent, something involving his desire for a younger woman and maybe a raincoat.
Yes. Humphrey, or HCE, shows up all over the book.
His body even becomes the actual landscape of Dublin.
Most famously, he is called Here Comes Everybody, who falls like Humpty Dumpty and is assumed to be dead, but in fact, revives.
Important. Reviving is a major concept.
Indeed, which brings us to the song.
Joyce found inspiration in a popular music hall ballad of the 1850s called, naturally enough, Finnegans Wake.
The song goes like this.
One morning Tim got rather full. His head felt heavy, which made him shake. Fell from a ladder and he broke his skull, and they carried him home, his corpse to wake. Rolled him up in a nice clean sheet and laid him out upon the bed. A bottle of whiskey at his feet and a barrel of porter at his head. Whack full of dollar, that's your partner, and the floor your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. Mickey Maloney ducked his head when a bucket of whiskey flew at him. It missed him falling on the bed. The liquor scattered over Tim. Be daddy revive, see how he rises. Timothy rising from the bed, saying, whittle your whiskey round like blazes. Thundering Jace, do you think I'm dead? Work for the dollar, that's your burner, round the floor your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans.
Joyce was struck by the song's insight into the human condition.
Birth, life, death. Rebirth, life, death. Finn again. Finnegan. Finn again.
You see, Finn again is itself a pun on the cyclical nature of existence.
Important. Everything is cyclical.
Things rise and fall and rise and fall.
Groovy.
Indeed.
For example, rain falls. It fills the rivers. The rivers flow to the sea. The sea evaporates, forms clouds. The rain falls. It fills the river.
Indeed.
Sure.
Back to the story.
Porter's wife, in the dream, becomes Anna Livia Pluribel, personified by the river Livy.
And all rivers the world over.
Her mystery is the mystery of all rivers.
And if that is not enough, Anna Livy frequently mutates into the pretty daughter, the mother, the washerwoman, the female lovers.
The mutations, satiric wordplay, and puns go on and on and on for many, several hundred pages.
Note, we'll be encountering a few of these female river spirits in the form of Anna Livy, as well as the beautiful young woman, Pipette.
Remember, Joyce is giving us the riddles, but never the answers. Confused? Well, of course you are.
But there's more.
That's right. The book also deals with the clash of the 2 twin sons, who appear and reappear throughout the dream in many different guises. most frequently as Shem the penman and Sean the postman.
Shem, who is in fact Joyce himself, is the writer of words, a man of letters.
His brother Sean is a stickler for the rules. Sean can deliver letters, but cannot write any.
In whatever forms they appear, the brothers always hate each other.
They are forever bound in conflict.
Note, both Shem, Joyce's alter ego, and his brother Sean will also be appearing in the form of Juan later.
This wake is going to be weird.
We suggest you turn off your logic-seeking mind.
It may be some help to remember that, above all, Joyce wanted Finnegans Wake to make people laugh.
So, here we go, back into the dream where Humphrey, like Humpty Dumpty, is about to have a great fall.
Ready? Drop out, tune in, and turn on.
Turn on.
The fall is retailed down through all Christian minstrelsy.
The great fall of the off-wall entailed at such short notice the pursuit of Finnegan, ere solid man that the Humpty Hill head of himself promptly sends one well to the western quest of his Tumty-Tum toes, where oranges have been laid to rust upon the greens since Devlin's first loved Livy.
Arms appeal with alarms appalling. Killy-kill-keely, atoll.
Fall if you but will, rise you must.
Big Mester Finnegan of the stuttering hand lived in the broadest way imaginable, too far back for massages.
Here, adult, little, 5 feet, any of. Mr. Finn, you're going to be Mr. Finnegan. Mr. Fun, you're going to be fined again.
It may have been a misfired brick.
Dim.
He stuttered from the latter.
Down.
He was dud.
McNevin, Arrow, why did you die of a dry and thirsty morning? Sobs they sighed did at Finnegans Chris or Miss Wake. All the hooligans of the nation prostrated in their consternation. There was plumes and grills and sheriffs and citherers and raiders and cinnamon too. And the all gained in with the shout most joviality. Agog and Magog and the round of them a grog. Till the continuation of that celebration until Hannah and Hooligan's extermination. Some in kin caress, more can keening. Belling him up. And filling him down. Where in this world would you hear such a din again? And all the way a horn. From fjord to fjell, his bay winds, bow shall rail him in. Swim, swam, swum, and all the living long night. Here? By the mouse Lion wall. Fim. With a grand fun for all. Fum, bum. They will be tuggling forever. They will be likening for all of. They will be pre-tumbling for over. The harp's discord shall be theirs for all lives. Silent.
Now, concerning the genesis of Harold or Humphrey Chimpton's occupational agdamin hag chivichas eve in pre-fall paradise peace in their air garden.
Forgetful of all Humphrey or Harold stumbled out hot-faced as he was jingling his turnpike keys and bearing aloft a flower pot.
The great fact emerges that all holographs initialed by Harumfrey bear the sigla HCE.
It was equally certainly a pleasant turn which gave him the nickname.
Here comes everybody!
And imposing everybody he always indeed looked. A baser meaning has been read into these characters, the literal sense of which decency can safely scarcely hint.
It has been blurtingly bruited by certain wisecrackers that he suffered from a vile disease.
To such a suggestion, the one self-respecting answer is to affirm that...
There are certain statements which ought not to be.
And one should like to hope to be able to add.
Ought not to be allowed to be made.
To anyone who knew and loved the Christ-likeness of the big, clean-minded, giant H.C. Earwicker, the mere suggestion of him as a lust sleuth nosing for trouble in a booby trap rings particularly preposterous.
Let us leave theories there and return to here's here.
Now here!
Big went the bang. Sparks flew. Wires hummed.
Totties, testies, quoties, questies. The war is in the words, and the wood is the world. Mapley me, willowy we, hickory he, and you yourselves. How for him chirrupeth ever reach.
A human past cycling. Psst. And recycling.
Past.
Do tell us all about, as we want to hear all about, so tell us all about her.
She who had given his eye for her bed, and a tooth for a child, till 1 and 110 and 100 again. Oh me and oh ye.
She who shuttered him after his fall, and waked him widow sparing, and gave him keen and made him able, and held azaleas to each arch of his nose.
She who dragging the countryside in her train, Finnegans here and Finnegans there.
She who a little lady waiting, and her name is A.L.P. And you'll agree she must be she.
At Island Bridge she met her tide, at a bomb, at a bomb, at a bomb, bomb, boom. The Finn had a flux and his Ebba a ride, at a bomb, at a bomb, at a bomb, bomb, boom.
For we had taken our sheet upon her stones,
where we have hanged our hearts in her trees.
And we list,
as she bibs us,
by the waters of Babylon.
In the name of Anna the All-Merciful, the ever-living, the bringer of plurabilities, haloed be her eve. Her sing-time sung, her rill be run, unhemmed as it is uneven.
Her untitled manifesta, memorializing the most highest, has gone by many names at disjointed times. Thus, we hear of
the relicts of all decencies. Cleopatra's needlework with the parlour maids of Egypt. By the stream of Zemzem under Zigzag Hill. Through the boxer coxer rising in the house with the golden stairs. In my lord's bed by one whore went through it. Sigfield follies under a gentle ham's faux pas. Thunderbolt Captain Smith and La Belle Sauvage Pocahontas. Lumpty Tum Tumty had a big fall. First and last only true account all about the honorary Meersu Earwicker. And a pair of sloppy sluts plainly showing all the unmentionability, falsely accusing about the raincoats.
So, who do you know tonight, ladies and gentlemen? What Irish capital city, a day of 2 syllables and 6 letters, with a Celtic origin and Noonius end, a dust can boast of having A. The most extensive public park in the world. B. The most expensive brewing industry in the world. C. The most expansive peopling thoroughfare in the world. D. The most philohopic theobibious population in the world. Answer?
They
They war loving.
They love laughing.
They laugh weeping.
They weep smelling.
They smell smiling.
They smile hating.
They hate thinking.
They think feeling.
They feel tempting.
They tempt daring.
They dare waiting.
They wait taking.
They take thanking.
They thank seeking.
As born forlorn in lore of love.
To live and wive by wile and rile.
By rule of ruse wreathed rose and hose.
Hold home yet cometh the lope ye coach and four.
Sweet pecket my heart picks one man more.
What bitter's love but yearning? What sour love much but a breath burning? Till she that draws doth smoke returning. Answer?
Pipette.
He is seeking an opening and means to be first with me.
Extraordinary.
Hold it steady.
Leg me pull.
Listen, loveliest. Of course it was too kind of you, miser, to remember my sighs and shockings. My often expressed wish when you were wandering about my troziers, and before I forget it, don't forget, when knotting my remembrance tie shoe week, will be trotting back with red heels at the end of the moon, but look what the fool brought.
I'm terribly sorry. I swear to you I am. May you never see me in my birthday pelts.
Did a weep get past the gates of your pride?
Yes, the buttercups told me. Hug me, damn it all, and I'll kiss you back to life, my peachiest. Bite my laughters, drink my tears.
Pour into me volumes, spell me stark and spill me swooning.
Transname me loveliness, now and hear me for all times.
He's so loopy on me, and I'm so leapy, like since the day he carried me from the boat to the beach, and I left on his shoulder one fair hair to guide hand and mind to its softness.
Move your mouth towards mine, more preciousest, more on more. To please me, treasure, don't be a...
I'm not going to.
Shh.
Nothing.
I have been lost, angel. Cuddle, ye devil, ye.
By all I hold secret from my world, and in my underworld of nighties and naughties.
Close your...
Not must look.
Now open
Pest.
your lips.
I used my sweet-parted lips of us with Dan Holohan after the flannel dance. With the proof of love, up Smog Alley the first night he smelled pooter and I coloured beneath my fan.
Tell me till my thrill me comes. I will not break the seal, my sweetikins.
With my whiteness I thee woo, and bind my silk breaths I thee bound.
The all is ware and love is war, and the plain where me art sore, you'd aisy rouse a thunder.
Sacaresto? Shalt thou be accursed? Answer? Seamus Summers. We are Shem!
Shem is as short for Shemus as Jem is jokey for Jacob. Every honest-to-goodness man in the land of the space of today knows that his back life will not stand being written about in black and white. Pushing truth and untruth together, a shot may be made at what this hybrid actually was like to look at. Shem's bodily get-up, it seems, included an adze of a skull, the whole of a nose, the wrong shoulder higher than the right, an artificial tongue with a natural curl, not a foot to stand on, a loose liver, 2/5 of 2 buttocks, and a man-root of all evil. Young Master Shemmy dictated to of all the first riddle of the universe, asking, when is a man not a man? One said,
when the heavens are quakers.
The next one said,
when the angel of death kicks the bucket of life.
Still another said,
when the wine's at wit's ends.
And still another,
when lovely woman stoops to conquer.
And another,
when he is just only after having been semi-sized.
All were wrong. So Shem himself took the cake, the correct solution being, when he is a sham.
Shem was a sham. And a low sham. He even ran away with himself and became a fast soonerite, saying he would fast sooner muddle through the hash of lentils in Europe than meddle with Ireland's split little pea. Ain't that swell, eh? Talk about lowness. Any dog's quantity of it visibly oozed out thickly from this dirty little blacking beetle who was cowardly gun and camera shy.
The fumbling fingers.
The scum on his tongue.
The drop in his eye.
The lump in his throat.
The itch in his palm.
The wail of his wind.
The totters of his toes.
The tatters on his tumpty tongue.
The rats in his garret.
The bats in his belt.
The hullabaloo and the dust in his ears.
For this was a stinksome inconstink. The warped flooring of the lair and sound-conducting walls thereof were Persianly literatured with
burst love letters,
tell-tale stories,
sticky back snaps,
doubtful eggshells,
flu-foul smut,
fallen lucifers,
borrowed brogues,
false hair shirts,
cutthroat ties,
once current puns,
quashed quotatos,
seedy ejaculations,
spilt ink,
blasphematory spits,
glass eyes for an eye,
gloss teeth for a tooth,
ahs,
ohs,
wheeze,
cease,
yas,
joss,
gyas,
nay,
thaws,
sus,
yeses and yeses and yeses.
Let us pry. Condemned fool, anarch, egoarch, heresiarch, you have reared your disunited kingdom on the vacuum of your own most intensely doubtful soul. Sniffer of carrion, premature gravedigger, seeker of the nest of evil in the bosom of a good word.
Oh, me lonely son, ye are forgetting me, running with tidings, ducking under bridges, bell-hopping the wares, dodging by a bit of bog, rapid shooting round the bends, by Tala's green hills, and the pools of the Puka, and a place they call it Blessington, and slipping sly by Sallynoggin, as happy as the day is wet.
Babbling, bubbling, chattering to herself. Giddy-gaddy, granny-ma, gossipacious Anna-Livia. He lifts the life wand, and the dumb speak.
Oh, tell me all about Anna-Livia. I want to hear all about Anna-Livia.
Well, you know Anna-Livia.
Yes, of course, we all know Anna-Livia.
Tell me all, tell me now.
You'll die when you hear. Well, you know when the old cheb went foot and did what you know?
Yes, I know. Go on.
Wash quick and don't be dabbling.
Tuck up your sleeves and loosen your talk tapes.
And don't bug me. Hike when you bend.
Or whatever it was they tried to make out we tried to do in the fiendish park.
He's an awful out reppy.
Look at the shirt of him.
Look at the dirt of it.
He is all my water black on me.
How many goes is it I wonder I washed it?
I know by heart the places he likes to sail. The dirty devil.
Scorching my hand and starving my famine to make his private linen public.
Wallop it well with your battle and clean it.
My wrists are rusty rubbing the mould all stains.
And the neepers of wet and the gangrene of sin in it.
How long was he under lock and key?
It was put in the news is what he did. Nices and priors, the king fierce-ass Humphrey, with his illisus distilling, exploits and all.
I know he well.
Hempt untamed will hiss for no man.
As you spring, so shall you need.
The rough old rappy.
Minks and marriage and making loof.
And the cut of him.
And the strut of him.
How he used to hold his head as high as a hoet.
With a hump of gander on him like a walking weasel rat.
And his Derry's own drawl.
And his Cork's own bladder.
And his doubling stutter.
And his Gulloway swang.
How else is he called at all?
Huges kaput early fowler.
For mine either duck ID Drake.
And by my wild gaze ID gander.
Sure, she's nearly as badder as him herself.
Who? Anna Olivia?
Oi, Anna Olivia.
Oh, tell me all I want to hear. How loft she was lift a laddery dextro.
Tell us in Franca Lanka and call a spade a spade.
Didn't ya spot her in our windog wobbling up on an Aussie airy chair on a fiddle sheet boggins without a band on?
Sure she can't fit down a D with bow or a band on. Sure she can't.
Well, I never now heard the like of that. Tell me moher, tell me most.
And there she was, Anna Olivia. She daren't catch a winkle asleep, purling around like a chit of a child.
Is that the faith?
That's the fact. Alla Livial, all love you. Throw the cobwebs from your eyes, woman, and spread your washing proper. It's well I know your sort of slop. Flop. Ireland sober is Ireland stiff. Lord help you, Maria, full of grease, the load is with me. Anna was, Livia is, Colreavy to be.
Can't hear with the waters of...
The chittering waters of...
Oh, are you not gonna home?
I feel as old as yonder elm.
A tale told of Sean or Shem.
All Livy's daughter's sons.
Tell me of John or Sean.
Who were Sean and Shem the living sons or daughters of?
Night now.
Tell me, Elm.
Night.
Tell me tale of stem or stone beside the river and waters of...
Hither and thither in waters of...
Night.
Past times are past times. Now let bygones. The tasks above are as the flasks below. Solar systemized, serial cosmically, in a more and more almightily expanding universe.
A letters from a person to a place about a thing.
And all the worlds on wish to be carrying a letters.
A letters to a king about a treasure from a cat.
As great Shakespeare puns it.
When I'm dreaming back like that, I begins to see we're only all telescopes.
Lift by her seam hem. The maid's apron of our ALP fearfully.
Casbell?
And thy, the living spit of dead waters, fastness firm of Huddlebury fen, for you now, Appia lippy Plovavile, hop the hula girls, the spot of her safety vulve. All moan day, tears day, wails day, thumps day, fright day, shatter day, till the fear of the law. Look at him. Pose the pen, man. Bold strokes for your life. You Pose the pen, man. Bold strokes for your life. A place for everything and everything in its place. When is a pun not a pun?
The strangest dream that was ever half dreamt. sing in the chorus to the ether.
Well-nourished one, Lord of the 7 days, Overlord of Sats and Suns, the Sat of all the suns, which are in the ring of his system, of the Sats of his sons, God of the scuffled, fallen, skill-filled felon. For be all rules of sport 'tis right, that youth be dowered to charm the night, whilst age is dumped to mind the day, when wather parted from the say. The humming, it's coming, in sway on sway.
God guard his generous comic songbook soul.
Welcome be from us here, till the rising of the morn.
And all set for restart after the silence. Sean, post the post.
Sean himself. What a picture primitive. He took a round stroll, and he took a stroll round, and he took a round stroll again, with unshrinkables far falling from his unthinkables, swarming of himself in his sunny room.
He larved on the merged such an osses, the grace hoper feared he would mix place his fosses. I pick up your reproof, the harsh gift of a friend, for the price of your save is the price of my spend. Your genus it's worldwide, your space is sublime, but holy Salt Martin, why can't you be time?
In the name of the former, and of the latter, and of their holocaust, all men.
Jaunty one, as I was shortly before that made aware, next halted to fetch a breath, and to loosen both of his bruised brogues that were plainly made a good bit before his hosen were, for far and wide was he noted for his humane treatment of any kind of abused footgear. Now there were as many as 29 head daughters out of Benin St. Bercham's National Night School learning their lesson of life under its tree, while they paddled away keeping time magnetically. One, after he doffed a hat with a reinforced crown, bowed to all the Goodwill girls on their best behaviour. Girls all rushing so warmly as buzzy as sea could be, kittering all about, rushing and making a tremendous girl's fuss over him pale-male, mussing his frizzy hair and the curls of him, done in love letters like a tray full of cloudberry tartlets. One, after those few prelims made out through his iroscope.
Come all ye dimsel damsels, settle down and listen all. First, thou shalt not smile. Twice, thou shalt not love. Lust, thou shalt not commix adultery. Hip confiners help compunction. Never park your brief stays in the men's convenience. Never slip the silver key through your gate of golden age. Collide with man, collude with money. Ere you sail, forget my prize. Where you trust, be circumspicious, and look before you leak, dears. Moral, if you can point the lily, get to henna out of here. Vanity flee, and verity fear. Dear Bell, never lay bare your breast's secret to joy.
A dream of favours, a favourable dream. They know how they believe that they know, wherefore they wail. But the strangest thing happened. The silent cock shall crow at last, the west shall shake, the east awake.
Sandy Hass, Sandy Hass, Sandy Hass, calling all downs today. Oh rally, oh rally, oh rally, flanks tea, oh rally, calling all dames, calling all Danes to dawn.
A hand from the cloud emerges, holding a chart expanded.
Now day, slow day, from delicate to divine devices. This flower that bells, it is our hour or risings. Tickle, tickle, lotus spray. The river of lives, the regenerations, of the incarnations, of the emanations, of the apparentations. Bring about it, to be brought about, and it will be. From thee to thee, thou art it thou, that thou'st there, the like the near, the liker nearer. Oh yes, oh yeses, oh yeses, yeses. The first and last riddle rattle of the anniverse.
When is a nom not a nom?
Whenas it is a
what?
Passing. We are passing. From sleep we are passing. Into the Wykerwade's world from sleep we are passing. Come ours, be ours.
When the messenger of the risen sun shall give to every seeable a hue, and to every hearable a cry, and to each spectacle his spot, and to each happening her hour am, the while we are waiting for
him.
How about it?
The sweetest song in the world.
A wee one woo.
Alma Luvia, Polabella.
Soft morning city, lisp. I am leafy spleefing, lift. Faulty and faulty, all the nights have falled onto long my hair. Not a sound falling, lisping. No wind, no word.
Only a leaf, just a leaf, and then leaves.
Away, rise up, man of the hoofs. You have slept so long. Rise up now in a ruse. Come and let us and go abroad. But that night after, all you were wanting, bidding me do this and that and the other. It's Phoenix, dear, and the flame is here. It is the softest morning that ever I can ever remember me. So content me now, before the naked universe. Softly so. I am so exquisitely pleased about the love-leave-ist dress I have. I will tell you all sorts of make-up things, strangerous, and show you to every simple story place we pass. But you're changing, Akulsha. You're changing from me, I can feel. I was sweet when I came down out of me mother. My great blue bedroom, the air so quiet, scarce a cloud. In peace and silence. I could have stayed up there for always only. It's something fails us. First we feel, then we fall. Oh, bitter ending. And it's old and old. It's sad and old. It's sad and weary. I go back to you. My cold father. My cold mad father. My cold mad fiery father. Till the near sight of the mere size of him. The moils and moils of it. Moaning makes me sea silt salt sick. and I rush, my only, into your arms. Us then, Finn again, take. Us softly, me mummery, till thousands end thee. Lips, the keys too, given. Away, alone, alas, alone, along the...
You've been listening to The Finnegans Wake Audio Dream, excerpts from James Joyce's Finnegans Wake, featuring the voices of Isolde Fenton, Rosa Thomas, Blathnaid Daly, Victoria Kidd, Ronan Woods, Jade de Villiers, Biaina Ryan, Ava Hahessy Madigan, James Brayden, Benjamin Reilly, Callum Maxwell, Shauna McNevin, Josh Campbell, Tessa Brockis and Mark Colreavy. The Juan and River Melodies by Blathnaid Daly and Callum Maxwell. Music and Soundscapes by Gregg. Voice recording by Thom McDermott. The Finnegans Wake Audio Dream was edited, directed and produced by Gregg for the Gaiety School of Acting, the National Theatre School of Ireland.
Here comes everybody!
Find out more at gaityschool.com.